And we're back looking at charts and lines, prices going up and down all the time. We have Arizona State University here filing some patents in the metaverse, looking to potentially heavily implement NFT technology into their system and networks here, it would appear. Lots going on in the crypto sphere. We have Bitcoin and Litecoin as well. Though starting off with Bitcoin here, we are still pretty much playing out almost exactly like how I've been prophesizing. I mean, we've been dragging price action from other price action here and comparing it to see if we will correlate kind of similar to it. So far, we have seen some nice correlation throughout May here with this series of price action. Just yesterday, we were potentially anticipating some sideways near 25,880, but as you can see, I did not hold that level, and we have delicately reached my next support level. It would appear 21,815. Look for hopefully continued support off of this level here. We have been prophesizing this dramatic sideways and or downside for Bitcoin for quite some time now, especially ever since bearish Robo advisors in play, which have saved you from 48% in downside because not to be buying Bitcoin here with some extreme sort of sell suggestions in play. If you've been following the channel, we have been mentioning a $20,000 Bitcoin presenting itself for quite some time now. So going with the flow of crypto and watching out for Robo, we can invest 20% at my support level once that has been further solidified. We have been hypothesizing continued interactions with all of these horizontal levels here with as low as 20K over the next kind of several set of months here. More toward the end of the year is when I anticipate continued upside. I do very much believe we will return to previous all-time highs and then enter a six-figure range soon to be revealed by the fear and FOMO zones. 50% of your Bitcoin investment can be invested when we have two of our chosen three Robo advisors becoming bullish here. We have the early bird buy 2 and buy 4 present at the moment. If we see an early bird coming into play during some sideways, we may be able to capitalize on short-term moves kind of upward. If you're savvy enough at trading, you could easily profit off of 1 to 3 to 5% moves in Bitcoin. We would like to see We'd like to see another early bird return here, by the way. This has been relatively invalidated, so we will, even if we saw like a buy 2 or a buy 4, we would not use that in combination with this most recent early bird to invest that 50% EngineeringRobo based investment ratio. We would need to see another early bird and or the buy 2 or the buy 4. So going with the flow, waiting for that confirmation to come into play, and that remaining 30% can be invested when we finally find ourselves above this solid descending trend line, whenever that may be, perhaps closer toward the end of the year, and we will visualize a dash descending trend line in the short term here to potentially interact with some upward moves if needed. But at the moment, we are just patiently waiting for this downside and dumpage to sort of play out here. But we go with the flow of Bitcoin and crypto, watching out for Robo. Let me know down below your thoughts on Bitcoin. So according to records submitted to the United States Patent and Trademark Office on June 7th and June 8th, the Arizona Board of Regents, on behalf of Arizona State University, filed 7 applications for various of its name, ASU, Arizona State University, as well as that of its football team, the Sun Devils, to be used in a virtual environment. The trademark filings included the university's name as well as the Sun Devils pitchfork symbol and logo for use in virtual environments in which users can interact for recreational, leisure, or entertainment purposes, as well as for educational purposes. We have a tweet here showcasing some of the sort of filings that they have made here. One of them may be NFTs for event tickets and artwork of campus landmarks. We have NFTs for video of sport highlights. And then we have another one, classes in a virtual environment. So it's like a 3D Zoom, if you will, maybe. The trademark filings also suggested ASU could be exploring the use of non-fungible tokens so to authenticate many documents from diplomas to tickets for university events. ASU has previously adopted blockchain technology for various uses within the university, including tracking the spread of unfortunate 19 in November of 2020 and sharing data from the academic records of its students in 2019. So they've been using blockchain technology, it would appear here, and they will continue to implement blockchain technology moving forward as Web3 continues to rise. And, find this article in the description. Looking at Litecoin, so far, we have been saved from 62% in downside when bearish robos were confirmed back in April here, and we are just patiently waiting for the return of bullish parameters. So far, we are at support. Technically, you have been advised to invest your 20% support-based investment ratio at $42 per Litecoin, and we've been hinting at this level kind of ever since resistance was found at $114, $82.20, and $60.50 were horizontal levels we have visualized here. We were not eager to invest in at any of them because they had further significance to be sort of solidified. But as you can see, we have traveled down to my stronger support level where you can more comfortably invest that 20% support-based investment ratio. If resistance is found, you can reduce it accordingly and then hope to potentially reinvest it down below at $25.40 or $29.60. Those are going to be two levels to consider in any sort of continued downside if we fail to hold 42. 50% can be reinvested when EngineeringRobo returns to a bullish state, when 2 of our chosen 3 robo advisors print a buy signal, and that remaining 30% can be invested more comfortably and confidently when we find ourselves above this solid descending trend line. That is going to encompass a far larger potential downtrend in play. It's going to take like many moons to get over there, but so be it. We have this dash descending trend line here in the short term, suggesting that if we do potentially hold $42 all the way until like September of this year, we may be able to kind of break up out of it and make our way toward overhead resistance and or that solid descending trend line. So we just go with the flow with crypto here, watching out for Robo, looking at how we interact with my levels, waiting the return of buy suggestions. And so with slightly bearish Bitcoin at the moment, we do anticipate continued downside and or sideways. With all of this downside that has occurred, a significant relief bounce is likely pending. So accumulate here during times of extreme fear. Go, oh no, take profit when Robo says there's FOMO. $189,000 per Bitcoin is where you can more comfortably and confidently take profits and sell some of your positions. At the moment, we are interacting with the fear zone for the 3rd time ever since leaving the FOMO zone back in 2018. It would appear this 3rd fear zone interaction is going to be a very bullish buying opportunity and a very nice price to be accumulating Bitcoin here over the sort of coming months moving forward, because we do anticipate the market recovering eventually, leaving the fear zone and making its way to the FOMO zone. We have yet to even see it ever since, as I mentioned, 2018 there. And so these most recent fear zone interactions have printed 45% in downside relative to when we enter the fear zone, and have proceeded to experience over a month in downside, whether it be just a month of downside in the fear zone or roughly 6 months of downside in the fear zone. So lots going on here in the crypto sphere. If we were to see how this plays out, we do anticipate that $20,000 Bitcoin presenting itself, perhaps interacting with those 2017, 2018 all-time highs as the final bullish buying opportunity, the absolute bottom for this pullback in what is, in my opinion, still an uptrend intact. So we just have to go with the flow of this highly fear-filled sideways range we may trade in, and be looking to be buying Bitcoin at the lowest prices that present themselves, because eventually we will return to previous all-time highs, though whenever we are ready, not a moment sooner. Thank you so much for hearing my analysis. Thank you for tuning in, and tune in for the next one.